What up? How's it going? Hey, man. Like, damn, yo. As I said, Pinkman was up there for who was getting it the worst. And now I'm like, damn. This. You could see it coming from a mile away, but the way it went down, first off, it was a dope scene. But second, it's like, fuck, man. Will he ever go back to work? Right? Like, he's already mentally in a certain place. And now he's there. But you saw in action, he's putting in that work. Even till the end, when that guy came up with the axe, he let him have it. So, man, I wonder going forward, what's Hank's role? Like I said, does he stay with the DEA, or is he like, hey, man, I'm done with the shit? But also, 2 hitmen just got killed from a cartel. There's no way there's not going to be some more blowback from this. Hey, let's go ahead and get this started. As I said, this, going forward is going to be dope. Let's go ahead and get this episode started.
Sir, if you'd like to smoke, you need to be another 20 feet from the door.
Roll me further, bitch.
4-0, weak and 30 at the brachial. No breath sounds on the right side and the belly's rigid.
Patient appears pale and diaphoretic. How many entry wounds?
We found 4. Shoulder and hip, through and through. Right lung and lower left quadrant. No visible exit wounds.
We are on the way. OR1 is cleared. Let's put him in there.
How you feeling? You okay?
Actually, I'm great.
We already know. Yeah, man. See, that's what I mean about being along for the ride. Of course, it's fucked up what happened to Hank, but also in Jesse's eyes, it's like, of course he feels great.
Could you elaborate?
Well, yes, of course I could, but I don't think either of us would necessarily benefit from a prolonged. Yeah, so.
I set up the entire lab.
It's as if I'm classical, but you are more jazz. I require
Classical.
exactly.
Oh, shit. Man, this is the bar. Damn, we should have ditched that RV months ago. It's all like shiny up in here.
This
No!
makes no sense.
Okay, there's a lot to show you. Some new techniques to learn.
What, now?
Yes, now.
You haven't talked to anybody today other than, Captain Nerd there.
Why?
Your brother-in-law.
Can you tell us anything? Any details?
Right now, all we know is 2 men ambushed Hank. They didn't have any ID on them, probably Mexican nationals. Their tattoos indicated an affiliation with a drug cartel. It could be in relation to an investigation that Hank was working, or it could be a message to the DEA in general.
Why didn't Hank have his gun?
Marie, the assault charge. I had to suspend Hank pending the investigation. That means I had to take away his weapon.
It's their fault. He didn't have a gun, honey. You were supposed to back him up, and where were you? Where were you? Texas.
Yeah. I'm going to advance my career.
Sorry,
Go. You are not welcome here. The DEA is not welcome here.
Damn. Look what you set in motion. Damn.
Hank would have never even heard his name if you hadn't bought marijuana from him.
Oh.
Do you ever think about everything that you have put him through?
Marie, stop. You're upset, and you're looking for someone to blame, and it's understandable, but don't blame Walt. It's not his fault.
Yo, we working sometime this year?
What the hell are you thinking? Why are you calling me here?
We have responsibilities here.
I'll get there when I get there.
I'll just cook on my own.
You will do no such thing.
Why not?
Well, for starters, you aren't the least bit familiar with any of the equipment.
There's gotta be some sort of manual, right?
Please, Jesse, don't.
I'm not your bitch to order around. We're partners, remember?
Please, Jesse, please.
I need you.
Don't.
So I'm thinking, maybe we should go get everybody some breakfast.
Yeah, that sounds good. Do you know who that was?
Real quick, was that him still trying to play into the lie? Like she just looked at him like, really? Like, just stop it at this point, Walt.
I had my lobectomy at this hospital. Remember that? Remember how scared we all were? I think the scariest part was when they took me into pre-op. Lying there, waiting for them to anesthetize you. What I really remember about that day is driving to the hospital. Skylar, you remember me wanting to drive that day? I mean, just like bang, bang, green the entire way. And the whole time, all I could think about was, why today can't I just spend a few extra minutes in the car with my family? I never wanted to be stuck in traffic so bad in my life.
Wow.
I assume that the next shipment will be delayed. Any thoughts on when it might arrive?
A week, a month. There's too much focus on the border. We lay low for the time being. We lay low, and then we get the real story from my man who survived.
Oh.
Your man is in custody.
Dios bendiga America. He's innocent until proven guilty, correct? I'll get him the best lawyer, and then we'll learn the truth.
Well, keep me apprised.
How you gonna handle this, Gus? Walt, they told you how many pounds a week.
Is anyone else dying to brush their teeth, or is it just me?
Woo. God damn. All the law enforcement in the area.
You just heard he came through? Guy who shot him, the one that's left. He's up there, got the painkillers going on, resting comfortably.
Your tax dollars at work.
Want to see?
Oh my God. Yo. You know they don't talk to no police. He want to handle that until his dying day.
I told you to wait. I don't know how many more ways I could say it.
Yeah, Dick, I was waiting, and that creepy quiet guy showed up.
Gus came by?
Not him, man. Apparently I'm not worthy of meeting him. It was the other one, the one that I'm qualified to speak to.
Someone was coming up from Mexico to get us. Do you remember? No. Who was that? It was his cousins.
Yeah. Cousins.
What you gonna do here, Walt?
Everybody knows who Pablo Escobar is, but nobody knows about the guys that brought him down.
Is there something I should know?
To be completely honest with you, Gail really screwed us up. I mean, not on purpose, of course, but he set us way back, and we've been
So
playing
now he know you ain't gonna be honest with him? Because remember, he knows who Hank is to him.
Anything new on these guys? Who they are, what they wanted?
Nah, nothing yet. But we'll get it. I'd love to walk in there and shoot that bastard right in the head.
Me too.
Great. We'll be right down. Food's here. Hey, you like pollos hermanos?
On occasion.
Order's a big booster for the DEA. You heard what happened? He's gonna feed every cop in the building. Yeah.
Gus is a bad motherfucker, man.
As it happens, I actually met Agent Schrader.
Really?
Our fun run a couple of months ago. Mr. Fring was one of our sponsors.
As a matter of fact, Mr. White, your name came up.
Yeah, it did. He came in there to let him know what was up. Like, boy, I've been knowing about you.
I investigate everyone with whom I do business. With Caroline, I wouldn't.
Her being here is this some sort of message?
I'm supporting my community. I hide in plain sight, same as you.
I fear for my family.
I'm sure they'll be fine. I am told the assassin that survived is gravely injured. It's doubtful he'll live.
That was his reassurance for him.
Thank me and shake my hand.
Thank you. Thank you again.
You're quite welcome, Mr.
Hold.
Still
1,
nothing.
2, 3. All right, stopping compressions. Time.
8:43.
Yeah.
Time of death. 2043.
Walt has no idea. Oh! I should have known. Okay. Yeah. I should have known who it was. Don Salamanca gonna be.
Yes? Juan?
I assume you heard the news.
Your man died. I heard. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, unfortunate. And meanwhile, I have federales surrounding my house.
How would it serve me?
That's the part I'm trying to figure out. Go off on your own, maybe?
Would you actually think that would work? Juan, you sound like you're under a lot of stress.
One DEA gets shot, all of Washington starts barking. The DF suddenly has to put on a big show, and I wind up with federales in my rose bushes. My brother's a police chief. I got connections. They'll get me through. And when I get proof, and the others find out what you've done, maybe we come pay you a visit.
¿Qué es eso? Vayan a ver.
You ain't paying nobody a visit. Yeah.
¿Qué diablos está pasando?
Blick. Gus is a bad motherfucker, man. Yeah. First, let me start by saying don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, make sure to hit the notification bell. Shout out to all the new viewers. Shout out to all the subscribers. And I got a Patreon with full-length early reactions to things like this. Check it out. Let's see, man. Hey, Pinkman's reaction to seeing Hank that way was like, you know what I mean? Like, of course it was that way. And then the way that he lets Walt know about it. So first off, Walt he trying to Gale, I believe his name was. He trying to, make him feel at ease about getting fired, which I wonder if he comes back in any way or if anything happens with him. But the reason that was crazy is because Pinkman walks in, and as I said, out of rehab, Pinkman had turned into a different person. He started dressing a certain way. He started speaking a certain way. And it was back. And part of it, I think, is it's that whole thing of, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to kick my feet up on the furniture. Like, this is partially mine now. You feel me? So when he comes in and he's like being mad ignorant. And when I say ignorant, I'm saying it like the way we talk in slang. Like, I don't mean he's actually coming in not knowing the situation. I mean, like, he just acted, he wilding. And he says that thing about the cell phone, like, hey, there's no cell phone service in it. And then he lets Walt know what happened. And there was a little bit of glee in that for him, right? Okay, so now Walt has to go. And the first thing that comes to my mind is, damn, they got to cook. Because the gentleman who works for Gus let him know, hey, 200 pounds a week. He let him know, but he let him know like a lot more laid back, like, we not playing. So I'm like, what is Walt going to do here? Now, when he goes and you see all the law enforcement there, of course, and they was giving blood to help out Hank, because that's how they come together when one of theirs go down. Especially in a case like that, my man didn't have his badge or anything, and I can't fault Marie for feeling how she feels, right? Like, of course you're gonna lash out. She's like, nobody helped him. You went and did what you did, and which, of course, I don't agree with, but I'm not mad or think Marie was wrong how she lashed out. When a person is under stress like that and something like that happened to a loved one, I feel like has the right to act however she's going to act. And the guy who's actually responsible is sitting in there, right? So for one, to have Marie, she said what she said to the boss, she said what she said to the partner, and then she turned it to Walt. Which she was right to turn to Walt. And this is why I fuck with this show heavy, because she's right to turn it on him. She doesn't know why she's right. We all, as the viewers, know. And and Skylar interjects. For one, she doesn't want that to come out. Two, she still fuck with Walt. But then there's also, she doesn't want her. She needs her to calm down. So she interjects and she's like, hey, come on now, Walt. And she's like, you know what? No, you're right. I shouldn't lash out. And I'm like, she don't even know the half. Because she was like that Pinkman boy, if you didn't buy marijuana and all that. And I'm like, oh, like, you know what I mean? This is what I like about this. This is how dope this is. There are points where you're like, yo, the lines of his lives are about to meet. But there are points where they just overlap. They cross each other. Like right that moment, she's yelling at him. She like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? But she had no idea that how far it had gone or how Walt had played a part in her husband getting that way. And so for it to cross over, it was like, you know, it gives you a feeling that I'm like, most shows are not going to give me that feeling where it's like, oh, God damn. Okay. Then there was another moment where it's like they're sitting at the breakfast table and Walt. This is where I'm like, I feel like you viewers who watch this, some of you were like, because I could tell by your reactions, y'all weren't trying to hear Walt's story. Y'all probably like, listen to this motherfucker. This is some bullshit. But for me, it was interesting to see Skylar's reaction to the story about him going for the surgery, because up until he's under anesthesia, she was fucking with him and she was scared he was going to die. How we know this? You see her shaking her head as he's talking about the lights and remembering everything is so vivid for her also because she was scared she might lose him, right? Because she fucked with him. She loved him. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. But then also Walt telling that story because he's very good at being Walt. And I think that's where some confusion comes with people. I think there were some people they thought that there's a chance that there's still some of that in him because he's able to do that. He's able to talk and become Walt and help the family. Like that time where he came and he talked to Hank when Hank was in the bed and he was going through what he was going through. He's able to still be this great family man and all that. But y'all got to understand, by this point, we should know he has both sides. Okay. Jesse he right to feel how he feel. At no point am I saying Jesse shouldn't feel how he feels. He's been used and abused in this situation. And like I said, in this situation, he coming in like, I'm kicking my feet up because you clearly need me because you don't want me to let this all out, right? Okay. Walt is doing what he needs to do. He's being there for the family. We got to get this 200 pounds. Okay. Pinkman calls him. And of course, Walt is like, why are you calling me? You knew why he was calling you. You knew your cell phone was turned off. You knew that was the only way to kill. And you knew you had to do 200 pounds. And my thing is, Walt is like, he's shook. For one, he's there in a place where he's responsible for these things that are in motion. He knows, fuck, I got to be here for the family. But he also knows I got to get that stuff done. And my thing is, he almost was caught off guard that Pinkman had the gall to call him. Like, no, come on. I know he has to be there, but it's like, you could understand why Pinkman was calling. Come on, man. Gus gets a call like, hey, what's going on up there? Talking to the cartel dude. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Now, once again, by the way, let's go right here. I want to say this. I still ain't seen him tell nobody to do nothing. I still ain't seen him use no force, but he got everything in motion and he's controlling his. Come on, man. Like, I fuck with. Did y'all fuck with this character like this when y'all watched it? Because I fuck with this motherfucker. Like, he, at no point ever, it seems, planned on being like, Walt's going to do this for me, and then y'all can do what y'all want. He got plans for Walt, right? Who knows what they are in the future, but he set it into motion. I'm thinking, okay, he's just going to have them do what they do to Hank. I didn't even realize in the background he would cause the head of the cartel to be taken out. How long we've known him so far? How many episodes? And I'm still surprised that this motherfucker is this cold. Because remember, I'm like, yo, he knows who Walt is to Hank and who Hank is to Walt. Walt didn't know that. So when Walt's like, I'm gonna do the 400, I'll have it by next week, and I'm like, oh, damn, he knows right there. You're not going to keep it G with him. He's like, what's going on? He was kind of vague with him. So he shows up. Hey, where you? We got some chicken coming. Hey, the owner, he's a booster. That motherfucker showed up and he wanted to show face. So he straight up asked Gus, are you trying to like intimidate me or show force or something like that? Like he was insinuating Gus is there to, and it's like, what's understood don't got to be said. You too far into this to still not get the way things work. And you surrounded by all this law enforcement. He said our business at one point, and I wanted to say something, but I didn't. I'm like, okay, that's Walt's character at this point. Like, why are you talking about our business? You don't have to say that. Gus knows when y'all are talking to each other, it's about your business. Do y'all get what I mean? Yes, he's still Walt, but he's in a game that requires certain things. And believe it or not, it seems to be easier for him to put in work with the killing and letting Shorty die and all that than to be just a run-of-the-mill criminal. He still wants to not have himself be so wrapped up in it that he thinks he's a criminal, right? He's always that thing where, Jesse, you're this, I'm this. So while he'll do some criminal shit, he'll still play the doe-eyed, just, what? Like, you came here? I don't know. Like, are they going to, my family, are they going to be safe? For one, you know the answer to that. But two, the fact that you had to ask him is even more of a reason you got to get your shit in order. Gus is not one to be trifled with. And when I realized, oh, is he giving him the okay? Like, I'm going to handle this? He's like, now shake my hand and thank me and shake my hand. I'm like, oh, Walt doesn't realize how much strength he has. Now watch this. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Like, he had that dude that worked for him and Saul carry it out. Guy is out of here. But I'm like, dang, they still gonna come up here and fuck up some shit. It's the cartel. Then he gets a call from the cartel. He has bearing, meaning you don't see emotion from him. So even when he's in good guy mode, he doesn't show emotion. When he's in bad guy mode, he doesn't show emotion. And so when the guy was talking to him, you couldn't tell what was happening. When my man, the moment I realized something was going to happen, like the moment I knew how far this was going to go was when he said, basically, hey, when I find out the truth, we going to come handle you or some shit. Like, he alluded to that. And I'm like, oh, he about to die. He about to kill him. And then you hear the shots in the background. I'm like, he's done. Pinkman, it seems like he's not in control of his own life. Either way, he still has to depend on Walt because he's down there. He don't know how to use none of that stuff down there. The stuff he's saying about the manual, he's trying to get under Walt's skin because Walt needs to be there, right? But he still has to depend on other people. And I wish there was a way, but I don't see a way for Pinkman to get out of that. What's going to go on with Hank? What's going to go on with him? Because the last scene we see is him laying in that bed. So I'm like, damn, is he going to be, he got to be done with the DEA. And they were talking about the bullet being near his spine or close. Is he wheelchair bound? Hey, next episode.